So we're just going to say that we've gone a year at this point. We have full faith that we will actually
Dave was
go.
here, by the way.
Yeah, Dave was here. Who was here October 30th last? Okay, we got a few people. Thank you for being such strong supporters. 1 Million Cups is now in 59 cities across the country and in Puerto Rico. We last opened in Anchorage, Alaska, so we're reaching far. And one of the cool things about 1 Million Cups is that once you present at one chapter, you can then go to any of these 58 other chapters of 1 Million Cups. And the one startup that we have this morning is a great example of that. Reachmodo started in Springfield, and they presented in Springfield, and then they told us right beforehand, right before we started this morning, that they wanted to make sure to present second in Tulsa, because that's like their second home, which gave me the warm fuzzies. I hope it does that to you too. So we're going to have one startup this morning, and then we're going to take a little time to talk about 1 Million Cups Tulsa and what it's doing well and what you think that we can be doing better. So that'll be the second half of our regularly scheduled programming. But first, let me introduce Reachmodo. Reachmodo is a web-based platform that allows you to market in many different media. And they're based out of Springfield. They're part of the Passport program that I was just talking about. So let's please welcome Matthew and Tyler from Reachmodo.
Thank you so much, Barron. I have been forewarned not to make any football jokes now that we're in Oklahoma. So that's the one and only football joke that I will make for the entire presentation. My name is Matthew Ennis. I'm the president and CEO of Reachmodo.
My name is Tyler Headley. I am the Vice President and Chief Operating Officer. Thank you so much for having us. It's exciting to be in front of a group of like-minded individuals. We're excited to be here to share our story, our journey. As he said, Reachmodo is an all-in-one mobile marketing platform. We primarily focus on text message marketing as our favorite way to communicate this day and age, but we also encompass a variety of other features that all of our customers have access to. And this really began a couple years ago, and it was part of his brainchild. Tell him that story.
With a mic cord, I feel like I should sing a song. A few years back, I had the opportunity as a nonprofit consultant to work with a client in New Orleans, Louisiana, and they used a new technology. And she was extremely excited to tell me about it, but there were some challenges she had faced. The technology was text message marketing. They used it to promote an event. The return on the investment was great, but it was just too challenging. So she said there's got to be an easier way to do this. There has to be an easier way for nonprofits to harness this power. And so we decided to quarterback that challenge, and Reachmodo was born from that.
And during the research and development, we discovered some really incredible statistics around mobile marketing in general. A lot of you are probably familiar with that, but we're really on the cusp of a tidal wave that is breaking or has already broken over in a lot of markets, more on the coast than in the central or Midwest. But some really important stats here to show you. Just over the last few years, you can see this here, 43% of U.S. Mobile phone users had smartphones in 2012. That's up to 70% at the beginning of this year, and that's expected to quickly be close to 100% in the next few years. And then this is a really important stat for us to show you what we're talking about with text message marketing. 99% of all text messages are opened and read within the first 3 minutes of receiving them. And that's compared to 17% of emails are even opened at all. And then a lot of people ask us, what is the retention rate for someone that opts in, or for someone that's doing an opt-in text marketing campaign? And actually less than 3% of people end up opting out of the text opt-in list once they join. So extremely low. It's very surprisingly low. And then another example of how this has grown so fast, at the end of 2013, there's actually more mobile devices on the planet than there were human beings. And to put that in perspective, more people actually have access to a mobile device than a toilet worldwide. Over half of all leisure time is now spent on a mobile device for people. That's kind of sad, I know, but it's the truth. I'm guilty of that. And then the future of mobile is expected to increase dramatically. 16-fold increase in mobile data usage worldwide is expected over the next 4 years.
So when we decided to set out on this journey, we knew Reachmodo had to be different, so we didn't want to just stop with text message marketing, so we incorporated 3 other areas within our platform, and you can see those here. We have an all-in-one mobile marketing tool, which includes text, email marketing, social media management, and voice broadcast, all from one integrated portal, all one login, all one price for our customers. This is, each of those areas has literally several hundred subset features under them. So this is just a snapshot of our portal. We can't go through all of those features today, but a very easy to use, easy to navigate portal that our customers log into in order to harness the power of those features.
So who is our target audience? We set out, we thought it would be small and medium businesses in the Midwest, but quickly realized that this is useful for any business or organization of any type. Anyone that wants to more effectively communicate to their intended audience greatly benefits by the ability to use text message marketing or communication in general.
So we couldn't bring them along with us today, but we wanted to introduce you to one of our customers, actually in our hometown of Springfield, Missouri, who's having great success using our platform, Donnie Bryant Massage Therapy.
So coming out of massage therapy school, I knew that I didn't want to go work for a traditional salon, and through a course of trials and errors, I was introduced to strong gym ownership, and they actually liked what I did as a therapy, and created this space for me in their facility to take their practice. I started facing some challenges as far as getting regular clients to come in. You know, a small independent therapist, I have to do all of my own marketing and all of my own client booking and everything. And with Reachmodo, I'm able to do all of that kind of in a one-stop shop. I was able to build my client base using daily deal sites like Groupon and Deal Chicken and Libby Social, but I was able to retain those clients by constantly engaging them using Reachmodo to grab my customers where they are. Through text messaging, Facebook, and Twitter, I started using Reachmodo at the end of April. And in May, I doubled my client retention base. In June, by the 10th, I had already reached all of my sales goals for the month. I continue to use Reachmodo, and I'm seeing increases every month since. And the returns are always immediate because you're reaching the clients at exactly where they are. So when I send something out, they get it, they respond immediately. My name is Donnie, and I am Donnie Bryant Massage Therapy. Reachmodo helped me run my business.
So we were super excited when Donnie called us and started telling us some of these numbers of how quickly he had doubled his business. And then I remember the phone call he called and said the 10th of the month, on the 3rd month using it, he had already surpassed all of his goals for the month, and couldn't book any more massages because he couldn't find time to massage that many people. So it was really cool to be able to share that. We know that's going to duplicate over all of our clients in a variety of different ways, depending on how they use it. Rolling forward, we know that this is a fast-moving industry, so we're constantly trying to look ahead and see how we can add new features to add value to the platform. A few of those things that we're doing right now is an API that takes the power of Reachmodo and plugs it into an existing software that a company might be using, so that they can utilize our features without having to maybe train the entire corporate United States on how to use all the aspects of our program. Also, we're going to be introducing a mobile app builder. That will be given to the clients, and they will be allowed to build their own apps from our platform easily. And then we're going to offer managed content services as well, where if the customer doesn't want to create their own design or promotions, so we will do that for you.
A very important strand of Reachmodo's DNA, who we are, is we have an in-person sales presence, and so I want to touch on that for just a moment. As part of that, we have a multi-market growth strategy. That strategy will take us into 14 states and 51 markets over the next 5 years. Those markets will each be represented. We will have a physical sales presence within each of those individuals who will represent Reachmodo. You can see we've started in Missouri. We're going to continue to work our way down into Oklahoma and south.
And then in the future, we know that there's 4 key areas that we want to invest in to grow our company. One of those is our sales team. We spend so much time developing a quality product. We want our sales team to be quality carriers of our product to our clients. And we have a background in really emphasizing customer support, so that will be a very important factor of our business. We're also planning on just doing normal traffic, driving SEO type of stuff to our site. We'll sell this online nationally to anyone that wants to come on site and just buy it.
We know that companies, organizations are only good as the support that they provide, so we will continue to invest in growing and supporting our customer support team. That team is housed in Springfield, Missouri through a relationship that we have with Missouri State University and their e-factory program there. And then Tyler and I know we're only 2 individuals, and it will take more people, more ground on the feet on the ground, excuse me backwards, to successfully lead this business into the future. So as we begin to grow our customer base and work with those individuals, we will also grow our leadership team to help us grow this company in the way that we would like to see it grow into the future. So that kind of concludes our presentation. It's kind of challenging in 6 minutes to share everything, to share your passion. We know that you share that as well. So we're happy to answer any questions that you have. Okay.
All right, so if you have questions, get my attention. I will keep track of you, and we'll start over here.
Okay, so you guys are all about social media marketing, mobile marketing. What is the strategy to grow this company to actually reach your customers? Because I've looked at your social media and all that good stuff. So what's the strategy to actually reach these companies and get into those markets?
Part of our, as we said earlier, key way we're going to do that is on the ground sales team in each market. We're going to go into that market and set up a sales team that will go and face to face, walk in and deal with the customers directly. And part of that is to engage in a relationship with our customers, so that we're not just throwing it at them and saying sign up and then you're on your own, or call the hotline and sit on hold. But we really want them to be able to engage with someone that's really trained well with the site, and then someone that they can call and say, hey, I'm about to run this promotion. What do you think of it? Do you have any advice? Have you heard of anybody else in the same industry that's done a promotion like this? And maybe give us some feedback. So we really want that relational aspect of it. That won't always be the option for the people that sign up online, but we'll have a customer support team that they can call in and actually have access to someone that's of that same caliber, relationally trained. The question is, do we have any digital strategy for advertising? Right. A lot of people that would sell a similar type of product, the major companies that are on the coast, they don't typically encompass all the features that we do, but for example, text message marketing, there's other competitors out there like that. Their primary way of gaining business is SEO and driving traffic to the site. That's one of the things that we want to differentiate ourselves by. We will still do that. It's not a key component to our growth strategy. We want it to be more personal interaction with our clients.
How are you guys monetizing what you're offering? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, we have an in-place pricing structure, so is that where you're going with that? Okay. That was a pretty broad question, so I wanted to that's okay, I wanted to make sure I was answering it. We have monthly plans, and so our monthly plans range from $50 to $220 a month, and they're credit-based plans, so you receive credits based on the plan you're on, and you have access to those throughout the month to use. And then we have, above and beyond that, for our larger corporate accounts, in fact, we're working with several of these clients right now, we build custom plans for them. So again, the personal touch of Reachmodo is that somebody is willing to come out and meet with you in person to work through the needs of your company and work to meet those needs.
Right up there.
So I have 2 questions. One kind of bounces off of that. When you say in person, how are you looking at just doing local stuff first, and then you're like training superstars to go out and sell in different markets? Or are you trying to build relationships with people that are already existing in those markets to go do that? So that was question 1. And then I have another question.
Well, we will hire a physical sales team that will be living in each market that we go into. They'll be a pretty small team, no more than probably 5, depending on the size of the market. For a place like this, 3 to 5 would be what we would go for. And then we would train them really well, invest a lot in them, do a lot of one-on-one coaching with them to ensure that they are going to be able to have a quality experience with anyone that they walk into and start that relationship with. Is that?
That answers the question. The second question is one of the features on there. It said audio. What's your? I know that's kind of broad. I didn't understand. Is that
that's a good question.
Yeah, voice broadcast. So that feature is most commonly used. You'll see a lot in political campaigns or school systems, school districts will use it. It's simply a feature that allows you to pre-record a message, and when an individual answers their phone, they hear the message that was pre-recorded.
All right, I think that your strategy to have a personal touch and kind of have somebody out there face to face to set yourself apart to kind of maintain that competitive advantage as the market is probably going to fill up with more and more of these competitors is really good. Have you considered, or what do you have in place in addition to, or maybe as part of your customer service support with strategies to help customers who maybe make a mistake? Like I've gotten text messages from some of these things where they posted something on Twitter that they meant to put on their personal account, where it was like political or something maybe inappropriate, and then it got broadcast to everybody out there. Do you have anything like strategy, customer support?
Well, the system, first I want to allude to the system itself. It's extremely easy to use and very intuitive. So when you choose you want to send out a broadcast message, one of the unique things about Reachmodo is it allows you to send it across all of your forms of communication in one stroke. So you're going to choose Facebook, Twitter. Is there a chance you could click one of those radio buttons and not mean to? Yes, I would say in the celebrity realm, when they say that I didn't mean to send that, typically later you find out they really did mean to send that. So it's very intuitive and very easy for the customer not to make a mistake. Secondly, we do work one-on-one with the customer. So our sales team, they're trained to help, and as we expand the sales team, they will be trained to help their customers better understand the product. And then there are the phone support lines, the 1-800 number you can call. There's also a tutorial video on our system literally for absolutely everything you can do. So is there a chance for that mistake? Yes, but we do work with our customers in hopes that we will teach them how to properly use the system. And again, very easy and very intuitive.
And if I may add to that, the platform also has integrated security features to where if you try to do anything that's technically illegal, there's a lot of great regulation around text marketing to protect the integrity of it. Our system doesn't allow you to do it. It just blocks, it sends you a message that you can't do this, and it won't allow the action to take place. So there's some companies that have figured out how to kind of almost spam people. That's largely going to go away quickly because there's harsh fines associated with that. And our system has a security feature to enable anyone to be able to use it without having to worry if they're going to break a law or something.
Because of that, we're seeing customers that would not use text message marketing in the past. They were too nervous about a mistake that they might be able to make and what that mistake would cost them. And with Reachmodo, it's relatively impossible to make mistakes.
So I have a question. Can you talk a little bit about your focus, target market focus within, is it enterprise, is it small business, is it companies with, less than 50 employees, or what does that look like? And then how does that affect your competition? I mean, there's Marketo, there's HubSpot, there's Infusionsoft, there's obviously tons of competitors out there for you, meaning that it's a great market. But how do you differentiate beyond just, okay, our features are different or we're easier or anything like that? How are you executing different than they are?
Yeah. Again, it's the number one differentiator for Reachmodo, aside from our platform. I could literally talk for hours about the differentiating factors of our platform and our service, but is the in-person touch that you receive with our sales team. The fact that you can sit down and talk about your business and what you can accomplish using these marketing tools. So that's number one, that's key, and what we always lead with. A lot of the other businesses, the competitors that you mentioned, even though their features are different, most likely you're also going to speak with someone on the phone, you're going to sign up online, or you're going to video conference them, and that's going to be your only connection, your one-to-one touch with that company. So that really is what differentiates us. I want to let Tyler talk a little bit about the specific markets.
Yeah, you asked who we target, enterprise accounts, or largely the companies on the coast, the beer companies, they go for the Targets, the Walmarts, that sort of thing. So when we set out, we thought we would specifically only target the small, medium business sector. And then we quickly learned that people were coming to us from all types of markets, and really larger enterprise accounts were calling on us because they were familiar with the value of text message marketing. They just hadn't used it yet. So we were basically still targeting small medium business markets because we know that's wide open for our company to embrace. But also we do service the enterprise accounts because they honestly just have been coming to us.
Next question.
The personal touch method is very expensive, and so I'm curious two things. One, how long does it take from initial handshake to how long does it take from that point to start making money on that particular client? So from the in-person sale to revenue on that one client, and how many sales does an individual representative need to make in order to make it worth it for you?
So we have a competitive compensation plan that is pure compensation. That's what we're going for. So it's not costing us a salary. We're not paying a salary to our sales. Right. It's purely commission compensation. So a lot of our sales team members are going to be part-time and then working towards full-time doing it. So does that answer that part of the question?
No. First question is, how long does it take from the initial meeting to revenue on one client? Because if you're being trained to use the system and all these things and watching all the videos, I want to know how long that takes from you meet me to I start paying you money. And then the second question is, how many sales do you need as a company per individual to make sense for your company to have that person?
The system itself is very intuitive and very easy to use. So because of that, we can see a sale we can see a sale close within a matter of minutes or hours of first time meeting with a customer. That's one scenario. Second scenario is it takes several visits to that customer. People are extremely excited, business owners across the gamut, whether they're young or older, to embrace text message marketing. They know they have to do it as they move into the future. So with that attitude, it's kind of easy to close some of these sales. With the bigger enterprise accounts, which we handle directly, those accounts take longer. It might be several months as we meet with those clients and work through their needs, their specific software that we have to integrate with, and so that instance would take longer to close that sale. Tyler alluded to a moment ago being a commission-based compensation plan. So for us, as we put feet on the ground, we're investing in our salespeople through training and the cost of that. But for them to begin to pull a salary, it's not necessarily costing us for them to acquire the customer until they've acquired that customer. With that being said, we have an extremely competitive, really beyond what anyone else offers as far as a compensation plan. So for us to, I hate to use the word poach, but I'm going to use it. So for us to go out and poach folks from other media companies where they're on commission-based sales already, they're very excited to look at our opportunity because of the money they can make, and because of the excitement around this platform, this program, this opportunity for marketing. I've been able to buy a Yellow Page ad for years, and the Yellow Page sets on I literally kick the Yellow Pages to the side as I walk in my door, and it sits there for 3 months on my front doorstep. And those people know that, so it's harder and harder to sell that technology. So it's not only can it be very financially lucrative, it's very appealing to come over to sell our product. The money and the product are both great pulling points there.
All right, next question.
So I have a product, or I have several products. I make my living off of sending text messages. I send thousands and thousands through my products every month.
Is that metaphorical, or you're actually?
That's not metaphorical.
Okay.
That's my main product is Diner Connection. It's an online waitlist management software. It sends a text message when your table's ready at a restaurant. It's also the best way to capture email addresses and phone numbers at restaurants. I mean, we capture thousands every night. But I'm a competitor too. I offer the text message marketing built into my own applications. And what I've seen over 5 years of being on the market is that the biggest barrier for text message marketing adoption that I've seen through small, medium businesses is the dedication it takes from the customer to have that desire to maintain an ongoing marketing communication with the customers. So the customers that I've had that have a dedicated person that is willing to, 2, 3, 4 times a month produce these marketing messages are the ones that are successful. The ones that are excited about the product in the beginning but don't have that time or energy to dedicate to that marketing communication ongoing are the ones that fail. So for me, when I look at integrating with a text message marketing platform, if I wanted to outsource this, I look at what's the upside that you provide to the customer as far as ongoing marketing communications. And I've gone down the path of actually looking at hiring a marketing person on my team to provide these ongoing, because that's the best way to provide success to my customers so they keep giving me money. From your standpoint, I haven't heard a story from you that's anything more than our platform is awesome, but what is the ongoing communication that you keep with your customers to make sure they're successful communicating with their customers?
First of all, I would like to say I'm very glad to hear that you absorbed that our platform is awesome. We did want to get that across. So, our platform is very different in the fact that it also in bringing a new technology to the company, it also brings the ease of older technologies. So it makes it a little bit easier for them to use. If they're already using email to communicate, they're already using social media to communicate, it's simply retraining them to log into this portal to do that. So we're creating an environment where we're easing the work that they're already doing. Secondary to that, we are in the process of building what we would call a managed services team. So that team will be available for those folks who do not want to manage their own social media, do not want to manage their own text message marketing campaigns. We will design all of the marketing collateral for them, and we will see their campaign from beginning to end. So that is a secondary product that we are rolling out.
Okay. So last question, and these guys will be around afterwards, so I know there's several more people who have questions, but what can we as a community do to help Reachmodo?
Well, I mean, we're standing in a room full of community leaders and entrepreneurs, and one of the things that Barron shared at the very beginning is this is my second home. I have actually family in the room today who I'm so very proud that he didn't heckle me throughout the presentation. But it really is a second home for me, so I'm excited to expand into Tulsa. And we want to pick your brain. As we expand into Tulsa, we would love to have time to sit down with you if you're willing to have a cup of coffee with us. You all know this community so well, it's home to you. And we want to be part of your home. We want to be a neighbor. So first thing is we would love to learn from you. Second thing is we would love referrals to help build our sales team in this community. If you know someone who is a rock star and is very good at selling, we would love for you to pass their name on, and we would love to sit down and talk with them. Do you have anything to add?
No, I'll say that we're very ambitious and we have huge ideas on scaling this, and we're going for it. But at the same time, we know that we're definitely going to learn a lot of things along the way, make a lot of mistakes, and having a support group. And we do this not just to get the word out about our business, but being able to have coffee with someone that's going to be here, or do something like that to build a relationship in these communities is a huge value to us, because we want that support behind us as we go on this journey too. So we definitely want that relational aspect with every community that we're involved in.
We've laid our business cards on everyone's seat, and we would absolutely love to hear from you.